Okay, so I put together a routine to help open up a number of different areas that I'll name as we go. We're going to start with the feet in front, and it's going to be unique in that we'll have the heels together and the toes apart, so we're like bow-legged out. So the knees are rotating out, and there's going to be a short diamond shape. So it's a diamond shape with the hands coming under, and you're grabbing the feet, so the thumbs are on the inside, hands over, and you're pulling forward. And now I just need one of those lazy Susans that rolls me around. I'm gonna probably pull the bum bones back a bit. So I've got that about a 45-degree bend of the knees, hands come under, and then I'm gonna pull forward. So I get to pull right off of my low back, and it feels really nice through the sacral area. Now you can pause the video at any time to spend more time in the pose. You could go up to a minute, more if you wish, but you could do a minute in each pose because that'll really give you time to come off the sacrum. So we're coming off of the sacral area and stretching in through the muscles in through along the spinal column as well. And then to keep the shoulders down so we don't bunch up around the neck, and you keep that reaching forward at the sternum of the chest bone, and you pivot forward from the bum bones. And then the next pose is to come into cobbler. So you're going to take the soles of the feet together. The knees will turn out, and you take the thumbs on the bottoms of the feet. And then you roll the knees out. So for some people, they'll have their knees down, and some people, they'll be like me, and the knees will be really high. And you're using the thumbs on the bottoms of the feet, opening the feet like a book. So you're getting that real turn up of the soles of the feet, and then attempting to lift up from the low back. So it's not kind of, sort of, but it's that you're really lifting from the low back. Maybe there's a bend in the elbows in order to lift you from the low back, coming up and potentially forward if there is a forward reach. But you're keeping the height not coming down to get the chest down. So you get that lift here, and here again, you can pause the video if you want to stay a little longer. Some people will bounce, it's okay to do that. In yoga though, we're going more for a deep breath. So you're breathing in and out of the nose, and you're really rising from the base of the spine. And then from cobbler, we're gonna come right into, to open up in through the chest, the shoulders, and to get the head back, because we have such a tendency to have the chin forward, is to take the hands back, and you're going to come back about 9 inches from here. So you're not as far back as you can reach, but there's a bend in the elbows, they bend back. You reach the heels out, pull the toes back, breathe in, gaze up, open through the chest, pressing the shoulder blades back and together. The chin is on a diagonal, so you're not coming all the way back because that would tighten the esophagus. So the eyes are where the ceiling meets the wall, and that helps to press into in a nice angle for the chest and for the neck mainly. So again, the head's not too far back. And then from there, you can come right into bridge. So I'm going to take my feet apart. The feet are always hip width apart. So you're keeping the knees exactly in alignment and trained with the low leg. So the hands are behind, you press into the feet, you scoop the tailbone out, gaze to the ceiling, and press in through the base of the toes to get that elongation of the knees out. So we're not squeezing the bum and coming up, but we're sending the knees out, gazing to the ceiling, and the shoulders are coming forward. And you're pressing on the insides of the feet as that tailbone scoots out, so I can really feel the tailbone buttock area, and staying with the breathing. If you get tired, of course, you come down. You can lower, but you do lower. You might do less than a minute on this one. And then you're coming down. And then the next one we're doing is to strengthen the feet. So that's right, we are coming up to standing. So sorry about that. We'll have to maybe move back a bit. I don't know if my head's out of the, oh, great.
There we go. We'll just turn this way.
Perfect. So working on strengthening the feet. There's, the neat thing about the feet is they're like puzzle pieces. So they're not hinge joints like fingers, elbows. actually pieces that have sutures, and they're all spreadable. So we're actually working on the ability of the foot to have all proprioception, like through the base of the feet, through the soles. So we're gonna have I'm gonna take the left foot in front, the right foot behind, and I'm mirroring you doing the opposite. So not side by side, and just coming up and down on the feet. And that's really it. Now, if that's easy, then you could have the feet together. So you'd have the feet parallel, and you just come up and down. It's just for a lot of people, the balance will be hard. So they might need to have one foot in front. And I can already feel the feet working. So you're working the fascia, and then you take the other foot in front if you're staggering the feet, and you're coming up and down, and that's kind of it. And you're attempting not to move the knees. You're trying to keep everything tracking, so there's no shear force on the outsides of the knees. And then rolling over the feet and coming out to the baby toe side. And just a really good stretch. You'll really see this really coming on the outside ankle, and then down, and then rolling outside baby toe. The knee is over, so you're not behind. You're really rolling over, coming out to the baby toe side, and then coming back. It feels good too. And so that's our feet. And then, oh yeah, standing still, Utkatasana. So, nasty one. The knees are pressing together. We're attempting not to bunch the toes. We're attempting to sit the hips back. So try not to grab at the toes. Feel all four corners of the feet showing you from the side. The bum is going to sit back. The arms are extending up. The shoulder blades are down. And you might be here, that's okay. Keep the hips sitting back. Watch that the knees do not come over the toes, so that when you look down, you see your toes, not your knees. Hips sit back. It's fine to be higher, but seeing how much you can squeeze the knees together and have the thighs parallel to the floor. Working towards doing 30 seconds or 5 or 10 or 20 breaths, and keeping the shoulders down the back. Come up when it's too much. Go back down if you can, but keeping the knees behind the toes, just to keep the no shear force on the patellas. And coming back. And then from there, you're going to take the legs wide, so you're going to be a leg length and a half apart. And I'll just show you. You're going to be here, and then you inhale and you exhale and you fold forward. So the hands will come in line with the feet. You'll breathe in, gaze up, and then pull the bum bones up towards the sky. And here we are. So your feet are anchored. You come down, hands in line with the feet, elbows bend back. You're pushing towards the finger side. You breathe in, gaze up, flat back, and then exhale, fold. You just let the head dangle, and you're pushing towards the finger side, taking the bum bones up towards the sky, or as Richard Freeman likes to say, shine your anus up towards the moon. The harvest moon was on last night. And you just let the head dangle. So there really is this, like you're hanging off a swing set, like here's your hinge, and you really use your bum in yoga. You really pull up, hands in line with the feet, and then gently come up. Make sure the knees don't lock out, so they never locked like that. You're soft, and it's a big, big, big lift. And you're coming back up, and then you can step the legs together. And that's it.
Okay.
So that's the whole routine. And all of this can be done in sequence. You can go from one to the other. And then if you find a brilliant place, stay there and practice that pose, because you might be feeling so much more length, release, and that's great too.
What about the one on the back? Remember
Oh, the fish, thank
fish.
you. Yeah, I jumped right over it, because I just knew it, but I didn't think it. Good, so the fish, thank you.
Yeah.
The shoulder blades come under, and I always release because I have scoliosis, and I've always got something that holds here.
Yeah.
So I really wriggle, and then I lengthen. Now the thumbs are going to be under there overlapped. The legs, you're going to bend one leg, I'll bend this leg, And you're gonna take, so the left arm that I'm taking under means I bend the left knee up. Then I can get my hand down low. You gotta really press under, like you're reaching for the back of the knee. And then you take the opposite hand under. And then you press, the thumbs are overlapped, my palms are pressing down under the bum bones. And then I'm lengthening the legs, pointing the toes. Bend into the elbows, the chin comes up. Inhale. I've pressed my elbows back. I've squeezed my shoulder blades back together like subway doors touching. Breathe in. Exhale. All the weight in the elbows. Come down. Attempt to drop so that you're not holding up at all. The throat gets to really open. You'll hear it's really open. And you'll know it's open because it won't sound like this. The esophagus won't be tight. And all the weight is pressing through the elbows down into the ground. And the toes are pointing, and that's pulling the thighs down. And you keep the breathing steady. The gaze is just beyond the tip of the nose. That helps to center the mind. So we always have a drishti, it's called in yoga. It's a place where you land the eyes, and it's always just beyond the tip of the nose in every pose. And then all the weight in the elbows. Breathe in, lift, draw in, release the arms, and then you could go into Shavasana.
Even better.
That's it.
Very good.